Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Flick Fiends Chit Chat,
Yes, sir.
which I assume we're still calling it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I still like that name.
Yeah.
I think it's a good name.
Okay. This is a little mini discussion that you and me have on typically movies, but today we're going to talk about an Amazon Prime original
Yes,
world
sir.
premiere called Invincible, which is based on a comic by Robert Kirkman of Walking Dead fame, and then also Invincible fame.
Really? I didn't know he did Walking Dead.
Yeah.
That's actually news. I thought he was doing his own
He
thing.
did
I
Walking
didn't
Dead.
realize.
He also did Marvel Zombies, actually.
Oh.
Yeah,
well,
which
that's
makes
pretty
sense, I
cool.
guess.
I mean, yeah,
So he did that. And he
Marvel
did that.
Walking Dead.
Mm,
That's pretty neat. I didn't know that.
yeah. But how are you enjoying that?
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good, right?
I'm not a big grapefruit fan, really.
Grapefruit fruit?
I'm not really a big grapefruit fan, but like this is actually it's very refreshing.
This week's Flick Fiends is brought to you by Mash Grapefruit Zane Citrus Zane. It's 80 calories per bottle, and it's sparkling fruit drink.
And the bottle cap is really big.
It's really big,
It's
too,
a
so you really get your whole fucking palm on it and rip it off like half the characters do in this show.
Big meaty paw.
So, Invincible is,
oh boy. Alright, so
let's go with the simple premise. The simple premise is Invincible is a show about a little boy who his dad is Superman.
Yeah, essentially.
And that's the show, pretty much. He lives in a world of superheroes.
Yeah, and
That's the long and short of it. So if you're not interested already, we will explain more.
yeah. Honest to God, I wasn't that type of like saying it that way.
Yeah.
Doesn't really grab my attention.
Yeah, no.
When I actually watched it, holy shit, it's good.
It's pretty
popping.
good. It's a pretty good show. And I don't know. I don't think I want to do it like episode by episode. I think I just want to like
Yeah, I mean,
just talk about shit we liked,
There's a
which is a
there's
lot.
I mean, there's only 8 episodes.
Yeah.
But I don't think all of them need like an in-depth analysis
Yeah.
or like a lot of talking
The
about.
thing I can't really there's some episodes where I kind of blank on it, like I don't remember like what stuff happens in what episode.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
some where I do. There's definitely some where I do, obviously.
Absolutely.
But I think it's better to just go through like what we think of the world of it, because I mean it's already confirmed for like 2 more seasons after this. I assume it's gonna get more.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was such a smash hit. There's the big meme, the Think meme.
A big Think meme that people are pissed that it spoiled like one of the biggest moments on the show, even though like here's my thing. My thing with
if
spoilers,
you're watching the show, you already know where it's going.
You know
to
where it's going, and
escalate
especially if
to.
you know the source material too, you know where it's going.
Yeah, yeah.
But my thing with spoilers is I've never really cared about spoilers. I care more about seeing how like the thing is done.
Yeah.
Like say like this doesn't happen in the show. I mean it does, but like it doesn't like. Let's say X character kills Y.
Yeah, yeah.
If you tell me that, I'll be like, oh, I'm not like. I mean, it sucks to have it spoiled, but like, I want to see how that moment is handled within the context of the
That's
show.
fair. See, I don't like spoilers just because I like to experience
yeah.
things firsthand.
Yeah.
So, for example, this has literally nothing to do with Invincible, and if you haven't seen any of the new Star Wars, you're lucky.
Yeah.
But when the episode 7 came out,
Yeah.
and Han Solo died,
Yeah.
that was spoiled for me the day I was going to go see the movie.
Oh yeah.
And like I remember sitting in the theater with some of my other friends and like Liz and whatever, and everybody had the same reaction.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh my god, like Han Solo's dead," and I was just sitting there like,
That's like when.
epic.
And this show got spoiled in a similar way to the ending of Infinity War, actually.
Yeah.
Where everyone memed the shit out of I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark, and then like
Yeah,
and it's like,
yeah.
well, gee, I wonder who that fucking character is.
Yeah.
Who is that character? Like, I was so pissed. But to me, like, I think the spoilers actually got me into the show, because what the first thing I saw from the show was the ending of the first episode,
Yeah.
which was like, holy fuck.
So
Oh my
alright,
God.
yeah. So obviously, there's no way we can like do this show justice talking about it without going into spoilers. So like, be warned.
Watch the fucking
Just
show.
watch
You
it.
have Amazon
Watch it.
Prime.
You can watch even just watch episode 1 and like you can.
Yeah.
if you watch episode 1 and you've seen the meme, you know where it's going.
Yeah.
You already know where the show's going.
You have Amazon Prime. And if you don't, like, you're missing out on the League of Legends skin shard.
And the free Twitch Prime subscription.
Which you should give to us and only us.
Give me your 2.
You should follow me first. I need my sub button.
Yeah, you need the sub button. You're almost there.
Yeah, I'm close. I'm close.
Right.
Someone unfollowed. I don't know who.
Right.
That's fine.
I think we're stalling too much.
Yeah, we're stalling too much. So the premise of the show is the deeper premise is that there's world superheroes, supervillains.
Mm-hmm.
Most famous Superman is Omni-Man,
Superman,
voiced by the illustrious no, wait, what the fuck? I almost said J.J. Jomason. J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons,
who is fantastic.
He's really good.
He's really good.
He does the role justice.
He is perfect. He's perfectly cast.
He really is.
And he has a little boy.
Yep.
Who is
little baby.
He's a little boy that he has with normal human wife, played by Sandra Oh.
Yep.
Named Debbie. And they have a son named Mark.
I saw a meme that was like, actually I'm pretty sure it was in the Discord, and I'm gonna describe it to you. It's a little gross, but it's very funny to me. So it was like, God damn, Debbie must have had the wettest, gushiest, slushiest pussy in the entire world to keep Omni-Man under control for 20 years. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck?
Alright, let's get into the long and short of it. The big reveal, and again, just fucking watch the show already. You probably know it by now anyway.
Yeah.
The big reveal of the show is that, like, it's typical. It's sort of typical. Like, what if Superman was bad guy?
Yeah.
It's sort of typical, but I think it's in a more interesting way because we have the Sun character.
Yeah, it's not so much like the Zorro Superman. Like,
yeah.
A lot of the evil, all-powerful god evil sort of thing, where they become dictator of the world and they just cause mass destruction.
It's not anything like that, and it's not anything like they're going for revenge or anything like that.
No,
it's very much so like to do with the origins of like his people, which I think is way more interesting than other stuff.
And I think
it makes way more sense actually.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think so something I didn't realize, like I realized it after I watched the series, is the whole chain of events starts when his son Mark gets his superpowers. Yeah. That's the moment where he's like, oh,
okay, plan B.
I gotta like kick my butt into gear and stop fucking lazying around and do what I was supposed to do on this planet.
Mm-hmm. So his whole thing is he's from a race of people that are like a bunch of planet conquerors. Yeah. And they take over a bunch of planets in the galaxy. And then I guess if the way you're putting it, and I assume that's what they were going for, he was waiting for the day for his son to come to age, have his powers, so that they could conquer the planet together and then like induct it into this giant intergalactic empire of crazy people. Crazy strong people.
So his job there was to weaken Earth's defenses, which in episode 1 includes killing off this version of the Justice League.
Justice League, which was holy fuck.
Oh my god.
Let's get into the big reason I think you should watch the show. I have never watched a show just be so unapologetically brutal.
Oh my god.
Holy
absolutely.
fuck. Like, you see that scene, you're like, oh my god, but the ending of episode 8, not him kicking Mark's ass. Yeah. Not him, like, killing fucking Titan again, or the Immortal.
The Immortal,
yeah. That's his name. I like that character, by the way. We'll get into more of the characters, too. But the real reason you should just watch the show straight away, my jaw dropped when he fucking holds him up in front of the fucking train of human people, and their fucking body parts flying everywhere. I was like, holy shit, dude. Yeah. Like, any other show, they would be like, maybe you should tone that scene down a little bit.
And
no.
And the fact that all during that scene, where Mark is absolutely helpless, getting his ass kicked by his dad. Yeah. his dad, Omni-Man's constantly taunting him throughout it, and he was like, "You're making me do this.
Yeah.
You're costing these people
That's
their
the thing.
lives."
People make fun of the Think Mark scene a lot. I think it's good because it's like it's not like him. He's not supposed to be serious. He's like a dad yelling at his kid. He's like, "Why are you such fucking fuck up?"
Well, because I mean, like he says it in part of his monologue. Like humanity to him is more like animals as opposed to what they are, because they're so far above.
They're so far above. They live thousands of years. That's the main thing. Which is like you get where he's coming from too. Like everyone's like motivations for things for the most part makes sense.
Yeah.
Nothing ever feels really out of place.
No, not at all. And it's so good.
It's awesome.
It's so good.
And it's why it's why it's good this show is animated too, because one, if it was live action, people would be like, you would probably like have people be like, maybe you shouldn't show this to people. People think it would be real at a certain point.
Yeah.
And then two, it's way more cost efficient, and you have a lot more freedom with what you can do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's perfect that it's on, and I think the animation style too. I kind of wish the lines were a bit more bold.
Yeah.
Like a bit more like bold lines, but like I think it works.
No, I think it's very well done, and I think the color scheme of the animation too makes it very clear as to everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Like there's never a moment where I'm like I can't tell what the hell's
It's not like you're watching the end of Venom and there's two bothly like dull black colored symbiotes fighting at night with barely any light
in the sky. Half the
I'm not talking about Venom right now. I'm talking about something I like actually. So yeah, there's and I would say too that style makes it sort of reminiscent of other like old animated things like that, like Justice League.
Oh yeah,
like the old Batman cartoons, stuff like that.
It definitely
lends itself well to it.
So I knew the show was gonna be brutal, like because that's what people have been saying, and I saw the meme and I saw Mark all bloody and messed up.
That's why it's because you know what it is. I finally realized it today, right before we were about to record this. I'm like, the reason this show is so good is they have like literal invincible characters, and it's like most of the time you watch a show like that, you're like, well, I don't fucking care. He's like he'll be fine no matter what. But they just fuck them up, like all the time. Like it doesn't matter. Like at a certain point, I'm like, I know he's gonna be fine, but like Jesus Christ, give this kid a break.
I know, dude.
That's why it's so good.
I really didn't realize how brutal it was going to be.
They fuck people up. They fuck people up, man.
It's not like, oh, he's bloody. It's like, no, he just got decapitated and his innards ripped out through his throat. Like, you're like, oh, okay, hang on, wait a minute.
It makes it so that the stakes are more for like the actual like
character.
Sort of like Man of Steel, where it's like the destruction scale, where it's like, but in that movie, like they just didn't care. They were just killing people left and right through the fight until they addressed it like later.
That was my thing with even when we were talking about Godzilla. Right?
Yeah,
like they had the fighting in Hong Kong and like cities were getting destroyed, but like people weren't talking about how this was decimating people's lives. In this show, they show you like, hey, superpowers have consequences.
Yeah.
They can cause destruction on a mass scale, and the show wants you to know
and
that.
It scales up. Like one of the first moments is like the old lady character that Mark saves in one of the first early episodes, and he's like checking up on her at the hospital, and she passes away, and it's like a big moment for him.
Yeah.
Then you think of that to the train scene. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Mark is like, Mark needs a fucking break. I'm glad he's finishing school.
Yeah, right? Oh my god, dude.
So what do you think of Mark as a character?
I think he's really. I'm trying to think of how I want to word this. He is exactly how I expect a 16-year-old who is very optimistic to be.
Yeah.
As a superhero, right?
I would agree.
He's not like. He doesn't let the power go to his head.
Yeah.
He wants to be a superhero.
Mm-hmm.
He idolizes that role in society.
Yeah.
And
especially because he looks up to his dad a lot before, obviously, some other things happen.
Obviously. But he understands, too, like, his dad's power level, but he doesn't understand that his dad trained to get that strong.
Yeah.
So, like, I would expect a 16-year-old kid who has who's got this insane strength and flight and stuff like that to get in over his head. To think
Yeah.
like, oh, like the scene where he goes after Robohead or whatever
Yeah.
his name is, and he gets
Machine Head, yeah.
head machine
Yeah,
head.
he gets
and
his ass
kicked.
Oh
he gets
my
his
God.
ass handed to him.
Like even in early episodes, he's still like fumbling with his power. Like, he's fucking up his flying a little bit.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty much the whole season. Like even when the show ends, like you can tell Mark's like growing a little bit, but he's still not like oh, he's like his dad now. He's like perfect. Yeah.
He's still the power ceiling feels like it's there, and it feels like it's achievable.
It's going naturally.
It's natural. Yes,
Yeah.
he's growing naturally, which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
Him as a character,
By the way,
I think he's just he's a 16.
I love his performance. Like, this is Stephen Young, who from Walking Dead.
Yeah,
he also does Little Kato in Final Space, so he's had some prior voice acting experience.
Mm-hmm.
This is my favorite thing he's been in. Like last few episodes too, he fucking nails it. He's fantastic.
I love too. The thing that makes Mark like a realistic character for me is when he has those fits of rage. In the middle of
my
fights.
God,
When
yeah.
he snaps and he's like,
He's
"I'm gonna fucking kill you!"
Yeah.
And like, to me, that's so real.
The line delivery on him when he goes, "I don't give a shit about Viltrum." I'm like, oh my God. I was like, yeah. I was like, that's fucking awesome. It's great.
But the thing that cracks me up too, so I know we're kind of going like out of order.
Yeah.
We're just like whatever.
This is just talking about shit we like. I think
Yeah.
it should just be like that.
So there's the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., whatever his name is, Cecil.
He's a great character.
I love Cecil.
He's fun.
I thought that's where they were going initially because I didn't know why he killed the Justice League.
Oh, you actually didn't know. So you thought, what did you think? Like he was like evil or something?
I was thinking Cecil was evil.
Yeah.
Because that thought behind my head, like, oh, that's Superman being evil is so out there.
Yeah.
That I was like, no, he's got to have like a reason for it.
Oh man. Cecil's fun, man.
I love Cecil.
He's great. And I love how many people, like, there's so many people that get affected by, like, this betrayal. Yeah. Like, Cecil, obviously the mom I love Debbie.
Oh my God.
I love Debbie. She is, like, perfect.
She's amazing.
She's, like, oh my God, she's still fun. She's still, like, a bit optimistic, but she doesn't take shit, even from, like, any superhero angle.
My thing is, like, again, like, the characters are written in a very real way.
Yeah.
So she wants to, at the end of the day, she wants to believe that her husband is a good person.
Yeah.
That, like, she's the guy that he knows, or he is the guy that she knows him to be, right? Mm-hmm. Like, even to the point where, like, the pieces are right in front of her. Yeah. She knows what he did. She knows that he's been not being a very good person. Mm-hmm. But she still holds out hope that, like, maybe there's a cause. Maybe he's being controlled. Maybe there's some other reason.
They play a lot into the tropes on the show. Like, my favorite part, the thing that really surprised me with the show is, like, how much they're like, well, this is a superhero show, so let's just do whatever the fuck we want. Like, there's Damien Darkblood, who's just a straight up, like, Hellboy detective ripoff. Yeah. But the best part about it is that they banish him to literal hell. Like, there's hell in the show. Yeah. There's hell in the show, which is fun. There's, like, demons in the show. There's aliens. There's tons of aliens.
But they make the joke to, I forget his name, Cecil's, like, second in command.
Yeah.
The dude with the glasses.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, he was talking about Damien Darkblood, and Cecil turns to him and was like, I thought you were an atheist. Yeah. He was like,
there's such, like, a huge, like, rogues gallery. Like, even when, like, there's not stuff going on between, like, Mark and his dad, there's still so much going on. There's there's lower level villains. There's interplanetary galactic level threats. There's fucked up, like, science experiment guy. That's one of my favorite episodes, actually, is the one with, they have Ezra Miller as, like, that weird, like...
Yeah, he's supposed to be, like, fucking, what's his name?
He's like Lex Luthor, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
They have Justin Roiland play that one guy.
I love that they took his experiment at the end of the movie, that they used his technology.
Yeah.
Or at the end of the movie.
That's one of my favorite episodes, though, because it's like... Poor William.
Yeah.
If there's a character that doesn't deserve anything to happen to him on the show, it's probably William. William is just some gay kid that's, like, Mark's friend, and he's voiced by the gay kid on Big Mouth, too.
I didn't know that. Yeah. I didn't put that together.
So he's in love with this guy from this college, and this guy, his fucking potential boyfriend, gets his brain ripped out and loses his sense of humanity. And he gets tortured and shit, but it's just awful. It's so unapologetic. That's what's so great about it.
Yeah.
We were talking about Debbie, though, and the one thing I want to get into
Debbie,
is...
yes.
I'm kind of floored that everyone's upset with Amber when her, like, character motivations are, like, so similar to Debbie, and everyone loves Debbie.
Which one's Amber?
Amber is, like, the girlfriend.
Amber. Yeah.
She's the girl. Like, she acts very realistically, I think.
No.
She just wants Mark to, like... Even if Mark's a superhero, which she understands, like, she still wants, like, some attention. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I don't think so at all. I especially, like...
You get where they're both coming from. Like,
yeah, like, you understand that, listen, like, Mark, now that he has superpowers, and that he's come out as Invincible, he has certain responsibilities, right? Like, he can't... If he can prevent somebody from dying, he has to. Like, that's what he's got to do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the same thing. You can't blame Amber for wanting some attention, and especially in a fresh relationship. It's not like they've been married. It's not like Debbie, where Debbie has gone through her life understanding that, like, oh, he's the savior of humanity. Yeah. In Amber's eyes, she's like, no, like, Mark's still a teenager. Like, he still has...
Still time for me, fucking bastard.
Yeah. Exactly. But I also think, like, because she knew that he was invincible. Yeah. Granted, we don't know how long she knew. Yeah. But I think that played into it as well.
Like, cut him some slack a little bit. Like,
no, yeah, of course, cut him some slack.
You get, like, both ends. That's why it works. I
completely agree. He's not completely at fault, but neither is she. And I think that... And granted, this is an animated show. I don't know why I'm going into, like, the relationship about it. But had Mark... actually come out and said earlier, hey, I'm invincible, I'm a superhero. Yeah. I can make as much time as I can, but, like, sometimes I'm going to be late, yada, yada, yada. I think she would have been more accepting of the position, as opposed to, like, Mark just fucking disappearing. And
Mark's inexperienced in a lot of things. Yeah. Not just being a superhero.
That's what makes him a good character.
That's what makes him a fun character to watch. He's, like, he's very Spider-Man-esque in that way. Mm-hmm. Or at least, like... I guess MCU Spider-Man. Yeah. And he's like, all of them. Yeah. And he's always like that.
You can pick any of them. Just throw a dart, you'll hit one. It's fine.
What other characters do you enjoy?
I know who you're gonna say. Love.
I know who you're gonna say.
I don't know. Do you know who I'm gonna say? I really love the
Mauler twins. Knew it exactly. They are the best characters on the show. Mauler twins are the best characters on the show because they are the perfect deconstruction of a trope. They're the big, stupid meatheads, but it's one that's smart enough to fucking clone himself and make his own technology, and then they have their own sort of dynamic. It's so fun, and the best part about them is that every major event in the show revolves around them. Indirectly.
Absolutely.
Indirectly! The fucking the rebirth of Immortal, which subsequently makes Mark learn the truth about Nolan, the new cloning of a robot's new body, which is gonna be huge later down the line.
Oh, absolutely.
Robot is an insane character. Yeah. He has so much going on with him.
He's got the link in his head now that connects him all to the other
robots. He is obviously not just doing this just to get in Monster Girl's fucking puss.
I mean, a little bit.
A little bit.
That was probably the age of his clone, his new body.
But holy shit, they're so awesome. And Kevin Michael Richardson is perfect for that role. He fucking nails it. He's so
great.
Funny.
He's really great.
Oh, he's awesome. I like how they tie music to some characters too. Like Mauler Twins, like there's a lot of like Run the Jewels. Yeah,
dude. Like they're
there's a lot of good music that's like actually like real songs used in the show. It's very fun.
Oh my god, the soundtrack is really great. Yeah, I love again because they play on the villain trope. Like I know I put it in the Discord when I first saw it. But in one of the episodes, so they get arrested in episode 1, and then I think they break out in episode 3, or whatever it is, episode 2 or 3. But when they escape, or the way they escape is by robot aiding them. Yeah. Right? But in order to get out of their cells, they have to have handprint identification from one of the guards. So it happens that the guards, whatever, delivering the meals.
Yeah.
And, like, the door
It's chicken
opens.
pot pie night.
It's chicken pot pie night. Which that cracked me up. Damn, it's chicken pot pie night.
They're so
Their dynamic
perfect.
is so good, but, like, Pete, who is the security guard,
Yeah.
he grabs Pete's arm, and he literally looks at him and he goes, "I'm sorry, Pete." And
He doesn't, like, fuck him up too much. Like, he maybe breaks his arm, but that's, like, the worst he does.
Yeah, he, like, knocks him unconscious, and then he gets himself out, and he leaves, and he leaves Pete alone, whatever. And, like, that to me, I'm like, this guy gets it.
They're
He's
so
like,
fun. They're so fun. Oh, my God.
But, like, you can even contrast it to... So, the Mauler twins are the villains.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're the bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Omni-Man is supposed to be representative of the good guys.
Yeah.
But, like, look at how they treat individuals.
Yeah.
So the Mauler twins saw this random security guard who would just bring them food as worthy of living.
Yeah.
That they had no reason...
He's just doing his job.
Yeah, they had no reason to kill him or hurt him.
Yeah.
And then there's Omni-Man, who's supposed to be the good guy, who's supposed to be saving lives, and he'll take lives like it's nothing to him.
There's very interesting dynamics going between characters you think are heroes and characters that you think are villains. Robot is one.
Yeah.
Robot definitely has a lot going on.
Oh, absolutely.
He's very interesting character, and you're reading the comics now, right?
I haven't started the comics.
You haven't started the comics yet, so I'm not gonna go too much into it.
Yeah.
But he's like, obviously Robot is a character who has his own intentions for doing things, and he's also very capable of doing those things.
Oh, absolutely. He's he's incredibly intelligent.
I'm kind of sad though. When he's in the human body, his voice changes because I really like the original performance. Honestly,
it was really really.
But maybe they'll get him back for like later seasons. I don't know.
Maybe I don't know the baby.
Yeah, the little baby.
So
baby. What do you think of new Guardians of the Globe? But there's not much reason to talk about the old ones. It's fucking got obliterated.
Well, I love the scene. I hate episode 1. Really, like, I didn't I knew it was gonna be coming hard, right? The show. I didn't expect it right out the fucking gate.
It's like especially the end credits.
Because they give fucking Yosef the Flash.
Yeah.
They like talk
his
about
girlfriend.
They give him his girlfriend.
Yeah.
They talk about his family and like.
And he gets so.
And he gets. Literally, like,
head crushed.
5 minutes later, he gets fucked up. And the panic in that scene, dude, where
he's like
just flailing
it's an
his
awesome
fist,
fucking moment.
and everybody in the room is like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh, it's so
Oh my
great.
god, the actual death of the Justice League is such an insane scene. Holy shit!
What do you think about the new guys?
The new guys,
Where I mean, they're essentially mostly the team, which was like another group that like Mark was part of like a little bit in the show.
Yeah.
Mixed with like some new people, like Monster Girl, who has the weirdest fucking power ever of being a 30-year-old woman who has a curse that transforms her into a giant ogre man.
Yeah.
Not like
Ogre
not
woman.
ogre monster, ogre man.
Yeah.
Like genitalia changed somehow, and like, and also it makes her younger every time she uses her power.
1 week younger.
It's fucking crazy. And then there's Black Samson, who was an original member of Guardians of the Globe.
Yeah.
Who I guess subsequently gets his powers back as the season goes on.
Yeah. Did they ever say what his actual powers were?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's like energy manipulation or some shit like that.
Something, but like, because I don't think they ever actually like.
Yeah.
They kept saying like, "Oh, Black Samson's got his powers back."
He gets fucked up in that one moment with Monster Girl and Invincible against. God, I have a feeling Machine Head's not going to be back for much besides like just little cameos, which sucks because he has the best voice ever. His little like auto-tune voice is so funny. But he also leads to the introduction of one of the craziest characters of the show, which is Battle Beast.
Battle Beast,
who is just Rengar from League of Legends with a mace.
The maze.
And he just fucks him up.
Alright, listen, if we're going to talk about that scene, man, I fucking hate... Battle Beast is a bitch. Alright, listen, so Invincible... fucking Mark is like 3v1ing right now, and he gets his ass kicked, and then that's when Battle Beast like steps in to finish Mark off, and he's like, "You guys aren't worth my trouble. You're weak and pathetic." It's like, yeah, because he literally just fought 5 other people at once, and then you're gonna act like, oh.
Well,
There's
that's what
no
it is.
honor in
That's
this.
why
Like,
it's so great because
shut up.
this is what I mean. Like they have all these characters. They're set, like even at the end of the show, they set up Battle Beast again. Like he's doing whatever. It's obvious he's gonna come back.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so great. You're gonna see like there's. I'm imagining so many payoffs down the line. Like oh wow, Battle Beast and Mark are gonna fight again. What the hell is Robot up to? Is it actually gonna be chicken pot pie night?
they showed Cecil with with the army of the dead soldier robots.
Oh my god, that guy's. Oh my god, Cecil's like ways of dealing with Nolan are so funny.
He's smart.
He's so smart, and like I get too like you're wondering like why the fuck is he doing this? And he literally like explains perfectly. He's like I'm always good at doing this. I'm always gonna buy us a little bit of time.
Yeah.
And just like keep you from getting there. Like he summons a big kaiju again.
Yep.
And they power it up, and then it's like
even
with the
teleporter.
Yeah,
when
the
he's
teleporter.
just blipping around and just like fucking around, just trying to keep him distracted for a few minutes. It's so oh my god.
You know whose other character I like? I like Titan. I think Titan's cool. Titan's a good example of a villain that has a good side to him.
Yeah.
He wants to make the city better. That's why he takes over.
Yeah, he takes over for Machine
Head.
Yep.
And even though he's still probably going to be a bad guy. I don't imagine his character is just going to flip completely.
No.
Yeah.
He's probably still going to...
Because he has a cool power.
Yeah, the concrete skin.
Yeah. Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's a very interesting and dynamic character. And I think that's what makes this show so good, is that every character has depth.
There's so many different relationships going on between different characters, and they also sometimes they like intermingle.
Yeah.
Like you know what's a moment I really liked at the end of the last episode where they finally cleaned the blood stain off the Guardian stain, and but like he doesn't let him do it at first, and Rex is literally just like fuck off. I like Rex. I like Rex actually. Like I know he's an irredeemable piece of shit character because of course whenever you get Jason Manaluzkis or whatever the fuck his name is to voice a character, that's how they're always gonna be. He just eats shit for a living, but like.
It's his voice, dude. It's just.
But like, there's very obvious that he has good intentions.
Yeah.
Which is that's fine.
He's a flawed character.
Yeah.
He's still a good person.
That's why he's a hero. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's cool.
At the end, he's still willing to put his life on the line to save people, but.
And let's be honest, I would fucking do duplicate. Are you kidding me? It's like a dream scenario right there.
Oh my god, that scene, dude.
Less is not more.
That scene where she's like getting off while trying to talk to Adam or Eve, and she's like, "What's going on?" And then the other two walk out of the shower, and you're like, "Oh."
What does that imply? Doesn't that mean like if her like clones die, she'll probably feel pain a little bit?
She probably does.
Okay.
At least to some degree.
Yeah.
I have to imagine. Oh my god. So what do you think about Adam Eve?
She's fun. I like her.
She's an interesting character.
I don't think she really gets fleshed out enough as I would like to in the season.
Yeah, a lot of her.
I like her, but like, she's so like capable. That's why I like she's one of the only characters that actually go off and like do like really hero things. Like, oh, I'm gonna like end world hunger. I'm gonna like help grow crops and stop forest fires. It's like, very nice.
Her powers are. My complaint is her powers are very like ill-defined. I feel like. She can almost do anything. She literally can do anything. She might just be Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, maybe she's not Starfire. Maybe she's Scarlet Witch, as opposed to.
Mm-hmm.
But she's all right. Yeah, I would like to see her fleshed out a little bit more. A lot of her character development is helping people.
Yeah.
And being disgruntled with her current relationship,
and then also and then that's gonna lead into the Amber Mark Eve love triangle, which I don't mind, because here's the thing, I like when shows have characters like not just be in one relationship the whole time, and they're like there's actual like reasons for why they're like meeting new people and shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eve is like, I like Eve. I think I like Eve. She just doesn't have a lot to really do with, because a lot of the focus is put on Mark and more of the side character. Especially because, you know what, she's not a part of the Guardians of the Globe anymore. She just leaves.
Yeah.
And that leads to her just doing whatever she wants.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think, ultimately, in a sense, she is probably a better hero than a lot of the heroes presented in the show.
Yeah.
Because she is going out and actually, by the end of the series, she's going out and actually changing the world and making people's lives better, as opposed to just like, I'm stopping bank robberies.
Yeah. I would hope in future seasons we get to see more of her struggles and then have Mark help her out with that. Because it feels like a lot of this season is like, Mark, especially because he's so new and inexperienced, he goes to her for a lot of his problems.
Yeah.
And then she helps him out, and it's like, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I don't want her to just be a backboard for him to bounce problems off of.
No, I agree. I want her to be something a little bit more. And I'm assuming they're leading into them that being a relationship.
Yeah.
But again, I don't want her to just be like, oh, this is Mark's girlfriend in the show.
That's why I was kind of surprised when the show ended, and they're like, all right, well, now him and Amber are back together again. It's like, really?
Yeah.
That's what just because like his dad almost fucking killed him. Like,
Dad literally. Like,
that's what made you feel like you want to be back with this kid again. Like,
yeah.
Oh, now I had no idea. Now I really appreciate your Mars rock.
The Mars.
That fucking Mars parasite guy at the end.
God, yeah,
I wonder what that's gonna be all about.
I don't know, man. There's so many cool things that they've set up for.
Yeah.
And that's another thing I love about this show is a lot of shows have the trouble of setting up things for future and balancing with like current situations.
Yeah.
Right? Like some shows you'll be watching and you're like, all right, like that's gonna come back, but like there's nothing going on now.
There's sometimes seasons of a show where it feels like the season is more of a build up to like what the next season is gonna be.
Yeah.
More than like something that stands on its own.
Exactly. Like this season 1 is so good. It has its own.
It's a perfect introduction
story
to like the world of the show.
Yeah, and then on top of that, on top of setting up for next season, it's great in and of its own.
Yeah, there's a lot of good moments. I mean, obviously, like it's memed. I know it is. I know it's memed. But his monologue to Mark, and then the ending scene of him like being like, "You, Dad, I still have you." I like the flashback scene too. I think the flashback scene is fun because it like I like it. It's just a good scene. It explains a lot of like why no one felt that way all those years, despite him being the way he was.
That's what I'm saying. I really don't think the plan was so. He gets there, right? He falls in love with Debbie.
Yeah.
They have a child. I think during that time span, up until Mark getting his powers, he is happy to be the classic Superman.
Yeah.
The classic.
Because he's just waiting. He's just biding his time or whatever.
No,
he's like, yeah, whatever.
See,
he's like, I live 1,000 years anyway. Might as well like have a nice little vacation with this new family. Like,
yeah, I mean, in a way, but like to me, in that time, he's much more human.
Yeah.
And then again, it's once Mark gets his powers, that's when he's like, oh shit.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
He's like, Mark got his powers. Time to like, I gotta get back to work, sort of thing. Like.
Yeah. There's definitely a change in character when Mark gets his powers.
Yeah. Because he even says it during the one scene when he's talking with Debbie, and he was like, I was hoping this day would never come. Like, I was hoping he wasn't going to get his powers.
Yeah. But just like, imagine what would happen if he didn't get his powers. Oh my god. What the fuck would he do?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Would he have gone out and killed the Guardians of the Globe? Or would he
probably,
just been,
like, probably not, actually, now I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
It's a really good dynamic
It's cool.
show.
Why do people not like this more than The Walking... Why is Walking Dead on for like 10 seasons and they're just like, well, we gotta fucking kill off another character now. It's like... That's what I hope this show doesn't become.
Yeah.
Because it is another Robert Kirkman thing, but then again, I don't know if he's like writing for it or whatever.
Well, I mean, the show is also very different from the comics. So, like, from what I understand is that season 1 held true to the comics for the most part. Like, things happen at different time periods. But
it's just not like 1-to-1.
Yeah.
It's not like a direct translation, which is fine. I think that's... Especially you have to like manage for the time frame of like, oh, it's like a 40-minute show and we only have like 8 episodes to do this. I'm surprised it's only... The thing too, it's like it's only 8 episodes and they fly by. You binge the show in like one day.
Oh, absolutely.
That's what I did. I mean, I think I like took a break like episode 4, came back, watched the rest of it. I was like, wow, this is great.
That's pretty much what I did. I watched like first 4 and then I watched like the last 4 just in one sitting. It's so good.
It's really good.
It's so good.
It's a really good show.
Good. I fucking love the Mauler twins.
Yeah.
I love
Mauler
them.
twins
They're
are great.
So
I like
cool.
Art, who makes all the costumes, and he's voiced by Mark Hamill.
Oh, he's very neat. I like Art
I think
too.
he's gonna be an interesting support character for Debbie.
Yo, you want to talk about a scene with insane amount of tension?
Yeah.
It's the scene where Nolan
they both know. They're
sitting on the rooftop, talking.
And he's like, holy shit.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, remember you always gotta keep your tailor happy." And he fucking pops the bottle open with his
Because you know why he does it though? It's because like Art isn't a threat.
Yeah.
That's why like Cecil gets his ass kicked. Like if no one would kill Cecil if he got his hands on him.
Oh, absolutely.
But like that's why it happens. Like Donald gets his fucking spine ripped out pretty much. It gets crunched in his little hand.
Oh my!
That was rough.
That was
you see it through the shirt. I was like, oh my god.
That was a rough scene.
Ugh.
But yeah, that scene has so much tension,
Mhm.
and it's oh my god, dude, it's so good. It's such a good scene.
Yeah.
Cause like you're right, they both know.
Yeah.
They both know that the other person also knows. So
Mhm.
you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
I better not say anything, because if I do, Nolan might kill me.
Yeah. Now, would you like to see Nolan get redeemed as a character? Because the thing is, my heart is like, yes, I would, because like he flies off the planet, he doesn't take it over.
He gets very upset when he sees
You
Mark
see,
in that situation.
you can tell and Mark is right. Like he knows that deep down he still has feelings for like his human life and the planet and things like that. But
I mean, Nolan says at one point too, the reason he signed up for the planetary invasion program was after his parents died, he felt like he was lost and he didn't know what to do with his life.
Mm-hmm.
So I think in that moment when after he beats the shit out of Mark and Mark said, and he's like, "Oh, what will you have in 500 years?" and he goes, "Oh, you, Dad." I think
it finally like sticks with him.
I think that hits him at home because he's like, "Oh shit, like I'm his father, just like I had my father."
But the thing is now that Nolan is also not even a war criminal, just like a fucking planetary terrorist.
Yeah.
That's what I would describe him as.
Yeah.
Nolan has probably killed like 80% of Chicago, I think.
Oh my god, yeah. Everybody, yeah. Dude.
There's a lot of death and destruction around Nolan.
People.
And that's why it's like, it's definitely going to be interesting to see, like, because I definitely think, too, they are going to set up, like, he does come back.
Yeah.
In some way. I don't know. We'll have to see.
I don't anticipate it being a quick transition if they do the redemption.
It'll probably be like a season-long thing.
I think it's going to be like, little by little Mark's input. Maybe it'll be like Mark goes to Viltrum, the actual planet.
I don't give a shit about Viltrum.
Shit!
Fuck Viltrum!
It's so good.
Enemy piece of good!
That was okay. So that was the thing. I don't think I actually said it. I thought about saying it, but I don't think I actually said it. So Cecil is like, Mark's gonna be our last line of defense.
Yeah.
If we need Mark to kill his father, that's what's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
Right. What makes Cecil think that Mark has the capabilities to actually kill his father?
Because he's the only Viltrumite.
I understand.
He's like nothing else can touch them. They are like, he's the only thing that comes even like 10% on the power scale. That's the only reason he's like, I need Mark. I need Mark here.
I understand that, right? Like I understand like the raw strength.
Where's Mark, Debbie? Where's fucking.
But I don't. The thing that killed me was like, Mark got it. Every time Mark fought somebody that was even remotely close to his power level, he got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
He got his ass kicked from fucking here to goddamn California, across the fucking world. God damn it.
I think that's it goes to show how like desperate that situation is. They're like, fuck.
Yeah, we need something. Anything.
Like fuck. They brought fucking Immortal back, and he fucking got his ass handed to him within like 10 seconds again.
Yeah. I love. So.
That's what I'm saying. That's why the Mauler twins are so good. They bring back fucking Immortal, and then they do nothing. He's not theirs. He just goes to fucking fight Nolan just to get his ass kicked again.
Yeah.
That's why it's great.
I love the Mauler twins.
They're so good.
I like how the Mauler twins put him back together, whatever. And Cecil, or they're like, oh, Cecil's men are fucking idiots. They couldn't do this. But the Mauler twins are able to put him back together so that he comes back to life in like a garage.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They're smart.
They're so
smart. He can clone himself every time.
Yeah.
That's what makes them fun. I love their little bickering about who the actual clone is. I think that's so funny.
Oh my god.
It's so stupid, like cartoonish meathead. I love it.
When they're in the prison cell and they're like, say it. It's like, I'm gonna leave without you. Say it. You're the real one.
It's just so funny. They're awesome characters.
There's
a lot of characters that are big in the comics that actually haven't shown up in the show yet.
Okay.
That people are excited about. I don't want to get into like too many. Like, I don't want to like name names, but like there's definitely like
that's fair.
Huge characters, and it's probably like they'll probably get set up in later seasons. I'm glad too they didn't show their whole hand this season. There's definitely a lot going on, but it doesn't feel like too overwhelming.
Yeah.
Much of the focus is still on Mark's story. Like Mark is still the main focus no matter what.
Well, yeah. I mean, even at the end of the series when he's talking to Seth Rogen, the alien.
Yeah, Seth Rogen. Your dad's trying to end life on Earth? That's super bad, dude.
You want to smoke some alien weed with me on...
James Franco, get over here.
But I like that scene where they show all the setup, like all the things that they set up for the next season.
And Mark doesn't give a shit. He just wants to go back to school.
Well,
that's what makes it like, so fun.
And Seth Rogen's character is like, oh, what are you gonna do? Like Viltrum is gonna come invade. They're not gonna let this planet slip out of their hands.
Yeah.
They're not gonna show that weakness. And what are you gonna do? And he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna like graduate high school. so to me, that line says, hey, the Viltrum thing is gonna be a big problem.
Yeah.
But that's not now. That's not a now problem.
That's not a now problem.
Not even. I don't even think that's gonna be a problem in season 2. I think they might do it.
That's why this show lends itself so well to being a show. Actually, it's like each season can be. It's like can be like little. Like, oh, this is a season where this happens, this happens, this happens. Maybe it sets up what happens next season.
Yeah.
And then next season is like, this happens, this happens, this happens. They're not like, if it was a movie, or like, say, like, I don't know, like maybe even just like a short mini-series.
Yeah.
You couldn't do all that stuff. You'd be like, fuck, we have to get all this done right now.
Yeah, we have to get everything in.
Yeah. They're taking a lot of their time with it, and I think that's going to make the show really good.
Exactly. Even before they knew that they were going to get more seasons.
Yeah.
I think they took the smart decision of, hey, let's do a really good season 1, and then we can.
They probably knew they were gonna get into it.
I mean, probably. Cause
I mean, the thing. Look at the cast listing, man. Like Stephen Young, Sandra Oh, J.K. Simmons. You got like Mark. I was shocked when Mark Hamill was on, even just for that like small role. I was like, oh my god.
I know. I didn't realize it until Liz told me, and she was like, "Oh, Art's Mark Hamill." I was like, "What? They actually got him?"
It's a lot of good characters.
Yeah, I really do. I like Titan. I think Titan's a really interesting villain, sort of.
Yeah.
I do hope Machine Head comes back. I
love
think he
Machine
will.
Head.
He's neat.
So awesome. He's so like I love like corporate business films where like all they care about is just making money. He's like all he cares about is just having like a nice desk.
Dude,
he's so funny.
When he summons or he calls all the goons in.
Yeah.
He's literally like, he was like, oh. I forget what Invincible says to him. He was like, oh, you're outmatched or something. And he was like, yeah, I might be outmatched, but he's like, I got money.
It's like the best money you could buy. With the money, I could buy the guy to kick your ass.
That's what I'm saying. It's so good. He's so funny.
Oh.
I'm trying to think, like, what other
characters have we really missed? I'm trying to think of, like, characters specific. That's the thing. I think the show has such strong characters. Like, I could just pick a character and we just talk about all that.
Yeah. I love shows where the plot is character driven as opposed to
definitely
some external force happens and we have to solve that problem.
Yeah.
I love that. A lot of the, I don't want to say problems, but a lot of the things come about because of internal issues. Like Mark gets his ass kicked against Machine Head because he puts his trust in Titan.
He puts his trust in Titan, and also he goes above his grade trying to prove himself to his dad that he can do this and like do this small little thing and help out these people.
Yeah, exactly. Even though his dad warns him and he was like, hey, you probably shouldn't
the best part about that is that it leads back into why Nolan's like, you shouldn't be doing this. These people are below you. This is like, it goes back into stuff with his character. Like, characters do things that make sense with their character the entire time. No one just randomly shifts.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's just, like, straight arrows throughout, and even when characters, like, suddenly have a change of heart, it's set up enough to where you understand why.
Where it comes from.
Yeah.
Like, even the scenes...
Even retroactively.
When Debbie finally admits that she knows that Nolan killed the Guardians of the Globe.
Yeah.
If Nolan was truly as heartless and thought of humanity the way he says he does, at least entirely, he would have just he could have just ended Debbie's life.
A lot of like his
right
speeches are like Nolan trying to prove that to himself and like try to reaffirm his own beliefs.
Exactly, and that's why I think he's such a good character. But I also think that's why he's also redeemable. Down the line.
That's why it's fun, man.
Yeah,
I don't want shows with like, oh, this is a perfect character, like totally perfect, and then like in the shows where like this is a bad guy, he's just mean all the time. Everyone should have. Sometimes it's fun to have characters like that. But...
Of course, I completely agree with you, but it's you can't have that type of character be the main focus.
Yeah.
At least if you want it to be something that's gonna kind of be greater than the sum of its parts. You know what I mean? You
would if you had characters like that, you would at least want to explain like why are they like that.
Yeah.
Or like at least like maybe even like tempt them, be like, hey, maybe you want to do the other thing for a while because maybe it's more beneficial.
Yeah. Dr. Seismic.
He's fun.
I like Dr. Seismic as a villain. He's funny.
Everyone loves him because he reaffirms their beliefs that America is shitty.
I know.
But he's fun. He's crazy.
He also has like one of the most busted like machines ever. Those gauntlets. He literally cracks.
He gets set up at the end of the season 2. He has like his like little mole men.
The lava men.
Yeah. The lava men.
Dude, yeah, they have so many things.
Like even like little side characters are still fun to watch. Like it's fun to watch Mark fight Doc Seismic, even if it's like a short fight, because it's like not everything has to be like climactic world-ending situation.
Oh, absolutely. For so episode 1 doesn't open up with Mark.
Yeah.
But before the Guardians of the Globe and the Mauler twins show up and start fighting, it has the little talk where the guy's talking about his stepson, and he's talking about how
his stepson that actually ends up fucking burial robbing immortal.
Yeah.
Even though Mauler twins probably would have done that anyway.
Oh, absolutely. They just saved them the trouble of having to actually dig him up. But like even there, like I cared about that relationship because he was so proud of his stepson.
Yeah.
And then there's the moment where the garbage bag that Mark launched into space comes down and his stepson pushes him out of the way. And he says, "Dad, watch out." And like
they have little I like when background characters have a lot of development going on. It's really funny. Dude.
And he's like the stepdad's like
they literally have no bearing on the plot.
No, not at all.
Not
at all.
To that, like 1% degree.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's so good, dude. I like the bully. I like the
bully.
After Mark gets his powers and the bully like tries to slap him. Not before he says sorry. There's like a Amber or William.
Oh yeah, I like that Mark doesn't fight back. He just lets him fucking hit him.
Yeah,
that's what makes it fun. Like because Mark knows if he hit him, he would fucking kill him probably.
Yeah, exactly. But I like the next day or whatever, the next time they're in school, one of the background characters says that the bully hasn't been to school in like 2 weeks because he was so freaked out about what happened.
It's good, man.
It's so good.
Is there anything we really missed? I'm trying to think. Talking about a lot of big moments.
Oh, another really big moment that I think sets Mark down his path of like, I don't want to say self-destructive, but like constantly trying to prove himself, constantly trying to be bigger, is the moment when him and his dad are training and he's trying to show Mark how to throw a punch and he hits him.
Yeah, but that sets up the end of the show too. That's like I guess a callback almost in a way.
And Mark's like, that fucking scared me. You've never hit me before.
Yeah.
And then like from that moment on, he's like, I have to do this. I have to prove myself to my dad.
That's why he fights the Flaxons.
Yeah.
In that first episode, and like, he almost dies. A bunch of other people almost die.
Yeah.
And they keep coming back, and then fucking Nolan destroys the whole planet, and they're gonna come back for him even.
Yeah, exactly. And then he goes to their planet and commits mass
genocide. I like how he ages while he's on that planet too. Like you see his beard grow a little bit. It's fun.
That was neat. I like that. The other thing, the other really big moment that I think was really subtle but was important for the
Mhm.
show was when they're in Italy
Mm-hmm.
and Nolan and Debbie are in Italy.
The dragon, right?
And the dragon shows up and
That
Debbie.
they set up again at the end of the show.
I
too.
know.
I don't know what the fuck he's gonna. I don't even know
have
who he
no
is.
idea.
I
just
just
thought
the
he
guy
was a
turns
regu-
into a dragon.
I just thought he was a regular dragon.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was a guy turning into a dragon. But when they're sitting at the cafe and Debbie turns to Nolan and says, "Nolan, aren't you gonna do something?"
Yeah.
And he says, "No, I'm on vacation
Yeah, with my beautiful wife.
with my beautiful
I'm
wife."
on vacation with my beautiful wife. The Guardians of the Globe can handle this. I'm J.K. Simmons.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I think that's like a really big,
I don't get paid enough
important
for
moment.
this.
It's so good, dude. It's so good.
I said that. And it's very. There's not really too much to go into, though. Really.
No.
I mean, I don't want to say that, but like, it's very.
Anything else?
The show is very direct with what it wants to be.
Yeah.
It's very straightforward. It doesn't pull any punches, obviously.
No, absolutely. Literally.
Oh my God.
Never pulls a punch.
Holy fuck! It's just like I'm glad we're getting more shows that like justify their violence.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Like it's like, well, yes, they're like, they're killing this many people because they're superheroes and they're really strong, but also at the same time, like, the weight of that weighs on Mark,
Yeah.
and it also goes to show that Nolan just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think having the gore in there,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say it's like tastefully done, but it's done in a way that doesn't feel like it's just gore for gore's sake.
It's not for shock value.
No, it's
not-
it is for shock.
It is
but
for
it's
shock
more
value,
like,
but like a good shock value. It's
It's-
not like in Family Guy where it's like, oh, we're gonna look. It's the joke where Peter has to get the beached whale off the beach, and he uses a forklift and he just gores the thing, and the joke goes on for 5 minutes. You're like, why are you still making the show?
No, yeah, exactly. It really is to show like
Yeah.
how brutal
Mm-hmm.
the situation is and how real the situation
Mhm.
is for these characters.
Not just that, for the world.
Yeah.
The world. Like,
The
they
world,
cut to
yeah.
like a bunch of people just like watching on their phones and shit, and they're like, oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I don't give a shit about bull.
Shit about Filtrum.
I want that on a shirt.
So awesome.
It's so good.
I really like Mark's design too. I like Mark. You can tell he's very he's very notably like from Asian background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Like most
Asian
shows, you
honeys.
would see they'd be like, most characters don't really have like
They're-
a lot of like
they're
definable
ambiguous,
the
yeah. They're
facial features, but like Mark has his like bottom lip sometimes, and he has like his very pointy chin.
Yeah, exactly.
hair.
They do their best to make it so that he's not just
Yeah.
whitewashed character.
Yeah.
It's like no,
He's very good character designs in the show. I like a lot of them.
Yeah.
Much else? It's good.
I can't think of it.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty alright. I liked it. It was a very good. It was very fun. It was a good
Yeah.
time. I mean, I binged it,
Yeah.
so like, I think that says enough. That's obviously not a slog to get through.
Oh, definitely not. It flies by, and then you get to talk about it with people.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
like, wow, this is a cool show. Maybe I'll read the comic.
I do want to actually
Yeah.
read the comic. I really do.
I've seen some stuff from the comic. The comic's pretty cool.
I
They do some cool stuff.
I saw like this might be a little bit of a spoiler, but I saw like the last set of comics is called like not what the hell is it called? It's called like not War of the Worlds, but it's something similar of that
Yeah.
nature. It's like world obliteration or something like that.
I do wonder. I mean, it's probably gonna get to that point. I would assume. Because even if they don't have enough seasons to do that, I feel like they'll be like, all right, well, then we'll start rushing it. But that's when I get scared. That's when I do hope they take their time with it.
I can't imagine, because this show has already received such positive feedback.
Yeah.
I can't imagine that it's gonna.
Yeah, I don't think
they're
they're gonna
not
half-ass anything.
They're not gonna half-ass anything, but I can't imagine that they won't get the amount of seasons that they need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's because it's on Amazon Prime too. It's not like they have to pay for television slots
Yeah.
and commercials and whatever. They can just upload it on there
I want to
whenever
see
they
if
want.
there's anything I missed. I'm gonna look up the episodes real fast.
Yeah, of course.
Just like as a refresher. I mean, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, episode 1, the Guardians get merged.
Yeah. Guardians, that's pretty much it. There's a girl that shrinks herself in the Guardians of the Club.
Yeah?
She's an incredible shrinking girl or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't really do anything. She gets beat. She gets beat up.
Maybe she'll do more.
Maybe, yeah. I would like to see the Guardians of the Globe do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because right now they feel more like...
background.
Yeah, backgroundy.
They kind of do their own thing.
Yeah, and like, they have problems, but a lot of their problems come about because of Invincible or because of Nolan.
They're complete bystanders during that last fight, and obviously you want them to. You don't want like anyone else getting in the way of just Mark and his dad fighting.
Yeah. I agree. And I like that. I like that moment when they're like, we have to do something, and they don't fight Nolan. They go to Chicago and they start trying to save people's lives.
That's why I liked when they cleaned that bullet scene off. I think that's a cool moment.
Yeah, I think it's very good.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was very good.
It's gonna be fun watching a lot of these characters like mature, not only like in like mentally, but also like in age. Yeah. Obviously, I think they're gonna set up. Yeah. Obviously, Mark's like in his last year of high school too, so he's obviously like looking for college and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna be going off. Oh, you know what's a weird like little background character I liked? The guy who invites Amber to the party at the fraternity. And
what the he doesn't really do much else, does he?
No, he invites her out there, and then like they're talking on the balcony, and it's like sets up this like really romantic scene, and like Amber's very obviously like attracted to him.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, oh yeah, my girlfriend's gonna be transferring here, next year. And I was like, that's kind of nice. Like you're diverting the stereotype of like the horny frat boy who's just like trying to hook up with this 18-year-old.
He's just trying to be nice to like a new person on campus. Yeah,
exactly. He's just trying to be friendly, and I was like, wow, that's cool.
They really do. They do divert your expectations with a lot of things on the show. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, like from not only like superhero tropes, but like also character motivations, things like that.
Yeah, exactly. It's very, very well done.
It's a very solid show.
Very solid.
I'm very glad I can say I like something from Robert Kirkman.
Yeah, right?
'Cause I'm not the biggest Walking Dead fan.
Yeah. It's hit and miss.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah, I think so.
How long were we going? Like, that's like an hour.
Yeah, about. That seems
that's not bad.
Enough.
So, thank you for watching. Please watch Invincible. Don't just... You should have watched it already, dumbass. It's the end of the fucking conversation about Invincible. Yeah. And if you didn't watch Invincible already, you just had two fucking assholes sit here and explain it to you instead of you just fucking watching it. So go fucking watch it already, god damn it.
Gosh darn.
And do your fucking dishes, please.
There's so many.
They're piling up.
Oh god, they're spilling everywhere.
It takes like 10 seconds. You don't have to go crazy. Or just buy a dishwasher, stupid. Don't go on Facebook and see like a stupid life hack they were like, I'm gonna cut a fucking, or I'm gonna put a sponge on the end of a drill and I'm gonna fucking clean all my dishes. Do it yourself. Bye.
Who hurt you?
Bye.
What dishwasher hurt you?
Watch Invincible.
The bar killer, I stole a demon from Dodge Dilla. A guard body with temperament of a Godzilla. And you ain't you barely a fart filler. A dictator with hard heart, I starve. I'm out with linen and writing in red ink again. And I'm on linen with women pleasuring pink again. Edge of destruction, the world seems on the brink again. You think you got me, hey poppy, you better think again. I leave you shot in the seat that they sat Lincoln in. I pop you with the same pistol they pop Reagan with. I'm audacious, so with me on a cash basis. I'm outrageous, slap faces to calm tasteless. I rock stages, rapid ball for all races. No patience for racists in the damn Satan. Cold rages, I stay in guards